It's official. I'm about to hit 1,000 subscribers, and I'd like to thank you from the bottom of my heart. But I realized something. I have never even introduced myself. So I would like to make this video so that you can get to know me and at least know a little bit more of the person who you're subscribed to, and hopefully learning some stuff from as well. So my name is Christopher. My friends call me Christoph, or Stoff for short, and that's where the name Mr. Stoff came from. It just kind of stuck since I was young. So I have been building and fixing and taking things apart since I was very, very young. I've always been into Legos and puzzles, and as a child, I mean, I really didn't even need anything. You could give me some sticks in the backyard and I would build a freaking stick house. So I think I've always had those gears turning in my head. I was born this way. In fact, when I was 2 years old, this is a story that my mom tells me, she said that I put together a 100-piece puzzle by myself without looking at the box at 2 years old. Now, I started my career, when I was about 15 years old. I started learning how to work on cars on my own, on the side, um, and I got pretty good at it. And it was easy because when it comes to cars, engines, transmissions, stuff like that, however you take it apart, you put it back together. Well, after I got to a certain point building cars, I would rebuild engines. I've swapped transmissions on the side of the road before. I was a mobile mechanic, and I thought I was doing pretty well, at least for my age, being 16, 17 years old. Making a few $100 a day was a lot of money. After a certain point, I realized that I'm hitting a cap, and I can't really go past that plateau unless I open up my own shop or hire mechanics and build the whole business. And to be honest, I don't think that I wasn't really passionate about it. So I pretty much just floated around for a while. And then one of my friend's dad, he owned an air conditioning business and he offered me a job. Well, that job just so happened to be the lead technician because his lead, and by the way, only technician at the time, was leaving. And so I thought to myself, okay, well, I'm handy, I'm hands on. Like, I know how to work on stuff, wiring and mechanical stuff. And I was told that HVAC is easier than being a mechanic. And if I can build a car or an engine, then I could easily repair a walk-in cooler or, air conditioning system in someone's house. So long story short, I took the job. The only job I've ever had in my entire life. And it lasted for 11 months. During that 11 months, I was just thrown into the field. Now, because the lead technician left and I was the only one to come in and replace him, I had to learn all of the really, really difficult things that no one else could do because I was the only technician on the job now. So I was thrown into it. So essentially, I learned like 4 trades in one. On top of my auto mechanic experience, I pretty much had anything mechanical down pat. I knew how refrigeration works, I know how gases work, water, plumbing, pressure, high voltage electrical. I mean, we were working on 460 volts. At one point, I got hit by a 230 volt stinger leg through my heart. Blew me back 10 feet. That's a story for another day. But long story short, that 11 months and my only job, technically, that I've ever had in my entire life was probably the best, and I learned the most, and I had a really good time, and I'll forever be thankful because that opportunity led me into the next stage of my life. So I was, I think, 19 or 20 years old when I quit. And the reason I quit was because I wanted to grow a little bit faster than the company would allow. I had ideas about branding. I wanted to have nicer collared shirts for me and the other technician. I really wanted to implement some type of electronic time cards so we could clock our hours. There were certain days where I would take initiative because, again, I was thrown in as a lead technician with almost no experience, but I had to grow really fast. So there were a lot of things that I realized that I'm more of a leader rather than a follower. So I had to, unfortunately, say goodbye to that company. After that, I went off and did my own thing. I learned how to invoice, I learned how to price jobs properly. I would go in, and in fact, I've installed full, complete air conditioning units with duct work, with the condensing unit, the attic unit, everything. I've done it all by myself. I took on some really big jobs. Then I started getting more into construction in the sense of remodels because I would come in and someone would ask, "Hey, can you run me some electrical here? We need some plumbing done. I need a new toilet. But can you do tile work too?" I mean, I've never done it before, but I saw an opportunity for work and I said, "Yeah, all right, cool, let's do it." And this was when YouTube was just getting started. So I go on YouTube, I type it in, how to lay tile, and there was like 4 videos at the time. In my early 20s, I think I was 22 or 23 years old, I decided that I was going to get my general contractor's license. I had enough experience framing, I had enough experience electrical, plumbing, HVAC, paint, drywall, that was easy, flooring, tile, those were all easy things. And I had learned how to do all the trades myself. And I had spent a lot of time physically actually doing these trades. Well, I decided to get my contractor's license. And let me tell you, from then, skyrocket. I mean, since I've gotten my license, which was 12 years ago, I don't even know, I have learned more than I thought that I could ever know. And I didn't stop working in the trades when I got my license. In fact, I just started doing bigger projects. That's a quick rundown of me. I just wanted to introduce myself because I'm coming up on 1,000 subscribers, which is very humbling, and I sincerely appreciate you for following along. What I will ask though is if you can please engage. I need to see comments from you that tell me what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, how I can help you move forward in whatever journey you're on. I've been in the building industry my whole life. I know the majority of the trades because I've worked hands-on in them. I have every tool for every trade, and I have gotten my hands dirty, and I have cuts and bruises and scrapes and scars from every single trade. So please engage, leave comments down below, ask me any questions. I want to keep moving forward in the education space, and I want to teach you whatever you want to learn, whether it's building a deck with or without a permit, or how to wire up an exhaust fan in a bathroom. I would love to be here for you and help you out through whatever journey you're going through. And I appreciate that you're here for me during my journey. So if you'd like, I've just started an email list. It's kind of like it'll be like a newsletter, like a blog. So once a week or every so often, I'm just going to type up something fun. Like, actually, the deck thing is a good idea because I know a lot of people want to build their own decks, and that's a great DIY project. But there's a lot of questioning about, can I build it on grade, or does it need footings, or can it be connected to a house, or do I need a permit? So I'd like to make essentially blog posts, and if you'd like to join my email list, there's a lot of value in what I have to offer. I've already been writing a lot of blogs. I have a whole bunch of sheets saved on my computer, and I'm really excited to get them out. But it would be super helpful if, number one, if you're not subscribed, please go ahead and click subscribe. And if you want to sign up to the email list, click the link down in the description, and it's just one click link. It'll take you to the landing page, and you can just put in your email address. I just want to help out, and I just kind of want to build a community and see where this leads. And bear with me through the process. I'm learning about audio and video, and I'm trying to figure out what background is good, what sounds good, what looks good. I'm kind of still just in the beginning stages, and I'm really new to this, and I'm learning. So please engage, comment, let me know what you think. Join my email list. Check out the link in the description. And if you need any help with anything, please let me know. This was a really long introduction, but I hope that maybe now you know who you're subscribing to. See you later. What time is it? Where am I?